If you're in a clutch, you need to experience the serpent's touch.
Welcome to the Servant Cast, where leadership is not measured by position but by purpose. I am Mo Buford, and today we're talking about greatness. Yes, greatness. Not the loud kind, not the viral kind, not the title driven kind, but the enduring kind of greatness. Now, scripture tells us something powerful. Listen, a person's gift will make room for them and bring them before greatness. Now, notice what the text did not say. It doesn't say your network will make room for you. It doesn't say your platform will make room for you. It doesn't say that your ambition will make room for you. It says your gift. But here's the truth most people learn too late. Greatness is not a destination, it's really a journey. And every journey requires roads, or what I call today highways. So today's episode is called The Road to Greatness, the Servant Way. The Road to Greatness, the Servant Way. I want to share 5 highways that every influencer, rather in business, ministry, education, sports, or public service, must travel if they want their gift to open doors and keep them there. Are you ready? Let's go. Highway number 1. Highway number 1. The highway of self awareness. Wow. Wow. Here's a definition of self-awareness. It's knowing what your gift is and what it is not. That's it. It's knowing what your gift is and what it is not. It's not that deep, but it's that powerful. Many people want greatness, but haven't taken the time to truly understand themselves. Listen, they copy other people's lanes. They chase applause instead of alignment. But our gift can only make room for us if we know how it was designed to operate. Write this down, my friend. Servant leaders don't confuse potential with preparation. Servant leaders don't confuse potential with preparation. Listen, they invest in assessments, reflection, feedback, and we see this across the industries. For example, consider Warren Buffett. He is one of the wealthiest investors in the world, but he is famous for saying, and I quote, "I stay within my circle of competence." Wow. I stay within my circle of competence. What about us? Are we in our circle of competence? Now, Buffett didn't try to be a tech visionary. No, he didn't chase trends he didn't understand. He mastered what he was gifted to do. Here's a servant cast point that I want you to catch. Greatness begins when you and I stop pretending to be others and start stewarding our own design. Now, I happen to be a person of faith, so I have to say this. The text reminds us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. Now, think of it this way. In the very beginning, God, before you and I came to this beautiful earth, he made a quality decision to give us certain gifts, certain temperaments. I wish I was there, because had I been there, I would say, God, can I get some of that Kenny G ability? Can I get that person's swag? No, God gave me exactly what I needed to execute the mission catered for me. And the same is true for you. So, this is why greatness begins when we stop pretending to be others and start stewarding our own design. So, the question becomes now, what is your design? This is where self awareness comes in. Highway number two, the, the highway of service. The highway of service. Now, service is allowing, hear me, our gift to solve problems for others before it begins to benefit us. I'm going to say that again. Our service is allowing our gift that we are a steward of to solve problems for others before it benefits us. Now, why? Because they understand that it's more blessed to give than to receive. Now, in today's culture, people want influence before impact, followers before faithfulness, visibility before value. But servant leadership really flips that model. They do something totally contrary to the culture. Listen, did you know that gifts mature fastest when they are used in service to others and not in self promotion? Wow. Hear that again. Our gifts mature the fastest when they are used in service to others and not in self promotion. Let me say it differently. If we want our gifts to go to the next level, instead of focusing in on me, focusing in on the other. I love the way Dr. King said it. He said, what self centered people have torn down, other centered people must rebuild. It's time to go to work across the industry and rebuild with service. Think about Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks. Before transforming Starbucks globally, he made a radical decision. Listen, he made a decision to provide health care and benefits to part time employees. Now, from a business perspective, that was a huge risk. But from a servant leadership perspective, it built trust, loyalty, and long term greatness. Here's the servant cast principle for you. Our gift makes room when people experience it as a service, not as an ego. Our gift makes room when people experience it as a service, not ego. It's time to give it away, my friend. Highway number three, the highway of character. The highway of character. Now, character is the weight of our gift. Well, let me say it this way. Character is the weight our gift can carry without collapsing. Wow. Let that sink in. Character is the weight our gift can carry without collapsing. Wow. Catch this. Servant leaders establish private discipline before they are entrusted with public influence. If this is true, the question becomes, how are we doing with those quiet character reps and sets? Consider General George C. Marshall. Now, Marshall was one of the most gifted military strategists of the 20th century. But what set him apart wasn't his brilliance, it was really his character. As the Army Chief of Staff during World War II, Marshall had the authority to command Allied forces in Europe. Many assumed he would appoint himself, but instead he deferred the role and allow President Roosevelt to choose the best person for the mission. That decision wasn't about ambition, it was about mission over ego. Mission over ego. Now, years later, Marshall was entrusted with the famous Marshall Plan, rebuilding Europe after the war, one of the greatest leadership assignments in history. His character made him trustworthy for greatness. Now, what about us? My friends, greatness follows leaders who put mission over position. Highway number 4, the highway of humility and learning. Now, humility is recognizing that our gift still has more to learn. Influencers stall when they stop being students. They often rely on past wins instead of future growth. Servant leaders stay teachable, they stay hungry, even when they are successful. Consider the famous Serena Williams. Despite being one of the greatest athletes of all time, she continued to adjust her game. She listened to her coaches, refined her approach, even after championships. Why? She understood something very powerful. What got you here won't take you there. My friend, greatness demands continual learning. Are you hungry? Highway number 5, the highway of purposeful impact. The highway of purposeful impact. Listen, purposeful impact measures greatness by who is better, stronger, and more prepared because you showed up. Servant leaders leave a legacy not just with wins, but in people, culture, and values that endure after they're long gone. Take as an example Coach Tony Dungy. He, as an example, transformed every organization he touched, not just on the scoreboard, but in the locker room. Dungy rejected fear based coaching and chose character driven leadership. He emphasized accountability, respect, and integrity. While his Super Bowl win mattered, his greatest legacy is this: many of his assistant coaches became head coaches. His leadership model reshaped the NFL coaching culture. He proved that servant leadership works at its highest level. Dungy's greatness is seen in the leaders he produced, not just the games he won. Catch this servant cast insight. Greatness multiplies when leaders intentionally develop others. Yes, my friend, in the sentiments of Janet Jackson, followers want to know, what have you done for me lately? Now, imagine a young engineer, talented, driven, gifted. Early success comes fast, promotions follow. But then the pressure increases. Decisions become complex. People start depending on him. At a crossroads, he chooses the servant way. He seeks feedback. He serves his team. He prioritizes integrity. And he keeps learning day in and day out. He measures success by impact. Now, years later, when asked what made the difference, listen to what he said. He said, "My gift opened the door, but choosing the servant way taught me how to walk through it." Are you ready to walk through it, my friend? This is the pathway to greatness. It's not a sprint, it's not a shortcut, it's a journey taken with intentionality. Yes, my friend, your gift will make room for you, but the road you take determines what kind of greatness you will reach. The servant way is not the fastest route, I got to be honest, but it's the surest route. If you're gifted but want to be grounded, influential but want to be intentional, successful but called to be significant, I invite you to experience the servant's touch. At the servant's touch, we walk alongside leaders as they clarify their gift, align their purpose, strengthen their character, lead with excellence, and build lasting impact. Can't you hear that? Greatness is calling your name. The road is before you, and the servant way is waiting.
If
I
you
am Mo
feel the
Buford,
clutch,
and it's
you need
time
to
to experience
experience the
the servant's touch.
serpent's touch.